So our final award for today is the Leslie Nichols International Award. This award recognizes individuals with outstanding achievement in the field of occupational health and safety outside the United States. And to introduce our awardee for this year is Garrett Brown.
Hello to all. Are you hearing me all right? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
So our award winner this year is Sanjiv Pandita. And for a young man, Sanjiv has a long history of engaging on worker rights in Asia. He is a well-known activist and recognized as an expert in occupational and environmental safety and health. Pandita has received several international awards, including from the Silicon Valley Toxics Coalition in California, and a recognition in 2008 from the trade publication EHS Today as one of the, quote, 50 most influential environmental health and safety leaders. Sanjiv currently works as the Asia regional representative of the Swiss-based Solidar Suisse organization, supporting grassroots organizations throughout Asia, pursuing decent and safe work. Born and raised in Kashmir, Sanjiv started working with the Society for Participatory Research in Asia, based in New Delhi, India, in 1997, on its occupational and environmental health program. His work included providing support for workers in the chemical industries in Gujarat and the mines of Jharkhand and Rajasthan in India. In 2001, Pandita began working for the Asia Monitor Resource Center, or AMRC, a regional labor organization based in Hong Kong. And Sanjiv coordinated its regional OHS program. Sanjiv led AMRC as its executive director from 2008 to 2016. Sanjiv played an important role in establishing the Asian Network for the Rights of Occupational and Environmental Victims, or ANROV. This is the leading grassroots health and safety network in Asia. Sanjiv has been essential in building global collaboration on OHS by bringing the Asian network closer to other networks, such as the KOSH network in the US, the European Work Hazards Network in the EU, and new OHS organizations in Africa. Sanjiv is currently also a leading member of the EU-based Electronics Watch and the US-based International Campaign for Responsible Technology, organizations protecting workers in the global electronics industry, as well as the Asian Ban Asbestos Network, ABAN, and an important network of grassroots OHS organizations in India. On a personal note, since 2002, I've gotten to know Sanjiv's family, his lovely wife Renu and their two boys at their home in Hong Kong. The boys were just children when I first met them and are now young men who, like the rest of their generation, are facing a very uncertain future as civil liberties and political rights in Hong Kong are under severe attack by the Chinese government. One of our tasks as OHS activists in 2020 must be defending the rights and personal safety of our OHS colleagues and their families in Hong Kong. On that note, please join me in welcoming Sanjiv Pandita, the winner of this year's Leslie Nichols International Activist Award. Because it's 2 a.m. in Hong Kong, we have a brief video from Sanjiv. Thank you, Mark.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Hong Kong. First of all, I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive this award from the American Public Health Association. And I would like to thank APHA, especially its Occupational Health and Safety section, for giving me this award. At this point, I would like to admit and acknowledge the exceptional role that Occupational Health and Safety section of APHA has been playing to keep workplaces safe and healthy in the United States and also globally through its active outreach. I would also like to remember Leslie Nichols on this occasion as a person of immense talent, a person who was an educator, researcher, activist, devoted to the empowerment of the marginalized workers and communities. I also had an honor to work with her. It was during our trainings with the Asian Network. She actively supported our work through helping us with the certification of these doctors from University of Illinois. These doctors are working right now across Asia with marginalized communities in Pakistan, in China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. They are helping the communities in diagnosis of occupational diseases like silicosis, asbestosis, and also in their struggle for compensation and justice. I would also like to remember my mother who passed away in January this year. It would have been a moment of pride for her. My father and my family have been supportive of my work, though it has meant long periods of absence from my family, and I would not have been able to do it without the active support of my wife Renu. Though I am receiving this award as an individual, but I would like to emphasize, it is not only because of me, it's because of the collective, the Asian network that I am part of, which consists primarily of victims, but is also supported by activists, doctors, trade unions, and public health experts. I want to devote this award to the whole collective who are working relentlessly for the rights and justice of the marginalized communities in Asia. As the most populous continent, we are home to more than half of the humanity. We are the world factory, producing almost everything from phones and shoes in China and Vietnam to garments in Cambodia and Bangladesh. Though it has come at a price, we have half of the global death tolls due to work-related reasons, nearing incredible 1.3 million, and millions more are getting sick or injured. Ironically, one is more likely to die at work rather than going for war in Asia. The impacted workers and communities have not remained as mere passive victims, but have emerged as an active agents of change. They have been and continue to organize for their rights, and I have been witness some of the extraordinary struggles led by these marginalized workers and communities. Textile workers in Ahmedabad few decades back were often told that the lung disease they get at work is tuberculosis, and it has nothing to do with their occupation. But supported by activists, they were able, these were like grassroots workers, were able to do lung function tests. In fact, they learned how to do lung function tests in the union office and could even challenge the company doctors in telling accurately that this was not tuberculosis but was bisonosis. Two major fires in Thailand and southern China in 1993 led to the formation of the Solidarity Asian Occupational Safety and Health Network, which was subsequently formalized in 2001. The network ever since has been meeting almost every year. Victims from China, Korea, India, Japan, and other countries come together and share their experiences, their victories, and also their failures. The network has been also actively supported by the European networks like European Work Hazards Network, and also some of the amazing US networks like the Koch Network, Maquiladora Health and Safety Network, International Coalition of Responsible Technology, and of course the American Public Health Association. Communities in the industrialized countries like United States and those in the Europe have experienced the pain and harm from hazardous work as well as hazardous substances. We are seeing the same cycle is being repeated in Asia, which should not be the case. The sharing between these networks in Asia, Europe, America, and eventually Africa will help us to link impacted communities in an important step towards developing a global grassroots network and thus the global OHS and environmental health movement. Dear friends, we are passing through one of the most difficult times in the modern industrial history. COVID has posed both occupational health as well as livelihood risks to millions of workers across the globe. In recent months, we have witnessed increase in accidents across Asia due to lax implementation, and hundreds of workers have died. This comes at a time when frontline medical staff across the globe are stretched. Despite that, through their dedication and selfless acts of sacrifice, they continue to save millions of lives while risking their life and their families. The whole humanity will be in debt for these workers. Finally, the post-pandemic world cannot be business as usual. In 2010, in Bandung, Indonesia, Asian Network passed a declaration that was influenced by European Hazard Declaration. It pledged to support actions to develop good work that is safe, meaningful, socially just and environmentally sustainable, work where workers are treated with dignity and respect. We need to continue to work on this pledge. And the post-pandemic world where workers and communities will be safe and healthy, and our children continue to work with pride and dignity. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Sanjiv, and one more round of congratulations to all of our award winners for the year.
Yeah,